Wagonoda, natumai mko poa, mko fiti na wakaribisha tena sana ndani ya Celeb Corner KE. It's one of the stories that we're waking up to this beautiful morning, and it's the story of one blogger by the name of Maverick Aoko. Yesterday, the last video that we did on this YouTube channel, it was a video in regards to questions about the whereabouts of Maverick Aoko and whether the person that was running Aoko's account was really Maverick Aoko herself. A lot of Kenyans took it upon themselves to question whether the person who was running the account was really Maverick Aoko. Now, after about 3 hours after we did the video and after we questioned the validity of the person that was running the account was deactivated. Remember, Aoko came back about 5 or 6 days ago. That is when she revealed that now she had relieved ahead the work of continuing to run her account and that she had taken over from a hospital bed. She promised the people of the Republic of Kenya that she would go ahead to reveal the inner details on what happened during her abduction and how they got to her and abducted her. Aoko, for the first time on a second capture, she disappeared on 22nd of August. And this was when Aoko had really gone head on and tried to expose President William Ruto's aide Farouk Kibet, Raila Amolo Odinga's live, and where she called Raila Amolo Odinga the voodoo master, and where she even quoted that Raila Odinga tried to resurrect his son Fidel Castro, when Fidel passed away in the year 2015. Not only that, she also went on to expose Shelin Chelagat together with a woman that she alleged they were in a relationship with. Now that became the match and the talk of the town. Just after finishing her tweets on 22nd of October, Aoko disappeared without trace. 7 days later, we were informed that Aoko is missing by a head. Now, after being informed, people took it upon themselves to propel an hashtag Free Aoko, the hashtag which garnered over 1.5 billion expressions on Twitter, brought even people from the government, and even a name was discussed, was brought into the floor of the House of the Senate by the Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, who suggested that the police should produce Maverick Aoko and should allow people to continue expressing their right of expression. If you have an issue with somebody or whatever someone has said about you, then why shouldn't you take the right channels and go ahead, file a defamation suit against the person in a court of law, where the person will be summoned and will appear to answer to the said crime that they have committed. That is what Edwin Sifuna asked the Senate. Now, a few days later, Aoko resurfaced. It was claimed that she was found at the border of Kenya and Tanzania, that is in Namanga, at the gate of a known person. The person decided to take her to the hospital, and at the hospital, after she regained her conscience, Aoko made a phone call to her family, and the family went ahead to trace her to where she was. When people started doubting whether Aoko had really been found, that is when Honorable Babu Owino, the Member of Parliament of Embakasi East, who is a very close friend to Aoko and also to the family, confirmed and affirmed to the people of the Republic of Kenya that Aoko is safe and she is in her family's hands. Now, after Babu Owino's statement, Aoko then resurfaced, told us what she will do after recovery. But she did not take long until she started tweeting, posting 10 or 20 tweets a day. And that is what drew the attention of the people of the Republic. Even the bilingual way in which these tweets were delivered, brought up the question whether it was really Aoko who was running this account or it was an imposter pretending to be Aoko who was running Aoko's account. Now, after the said shenanigans went ahead for some time, Aoko started even having exchange with the people, telling them that it is not the DCI running the account, it is me. You people are even giving the DCI and Farouk Kibet's goons credit that they don't deserve. Now, yesterday, out of the blues, the account of Maverick Aoko disappears without trace. Though it is not the first time that this account has disappeared, the question is, could it be that our doubts have been real, that they compromised Aoko's account? Or could it be that the family hasn't even gotten touch of Aoko? Because that is what a lot of people are asking. A lot of people are sending out their messages, trying to really get to know what has happened to Maverick Aoko. What has happened to Maverick Aoko? Should I remind you that among the bloggers of the Republic of Kenya, there is nobody that has been so vocal against the regime of President William Ruto and has real intel to expose this rotten regime more than Aoko has. Now, a tweet on the now missing account on November 1st claimed that fiery blogger had been found unconscious in the Kenya-Tanzanian border after suddenly disappearing for over a week. She has been found at the Kenya-Tanzania border. A family was called from a hospital. She was taken there by an unidentified person who said they found her outside their gate. Read the tweet allegedly published by her head. Now, Aoko's followers asked the head to publish a photo or a video of Aoko in a hospital bed in a bid to verify the authenticity of the tweet, with suspicion that her abductors had taken over her account. After the aide declined to show proof of Aoko's admission in a hospital, as claimed, ex-users were left doubting further tweets that were being published on their account, alleging that they were posts made by the blogger's abductors masquerading to be her. Now, the account has now been deactivated, displaying this account doesn't exist. Try searching for another error on search. Now, that is the talk of the town. The question is, where have they taken Aoko? Where have they taken Maverick Aoko? I want to read a few tweets in regards to a latest disappearance and what Kenyans are saying, because Wakenya wanaongea and Kenyans are trying to really verify where Aoko is. She has been named as the DCI of Twitter. She has been named as the woman with the intel more than that of the National Intelligence Service. Let's get down to the tweets. Crystal Sige says, comrade, it's only a matter of time until it's you. Let's get down to real tweets, because a lot of barbaric things that I'm seeing on these accounts doesn't add up. Let's get down to business. Aoko, that is the name that we are going to look for. Aoko. Okia Mtata says, I have insisted that whoever was tweeting on Aoko's account was not her. We asked for proof of life. At the time of this tweeting account is deactivated, we would still want to know how she is doing and where she is. #free Aoko. Now Kenyans have started the conversation again. Social Butterfly says maybe walishaua Aoko wake. It also looks like his family is under hostage not to speak about it. If Aoko is alive and we don't make noise, they will and live unalive. Covino Calvo says this is an inaccurate drama. This will be closer to what you mean. Aoko's account get deactivated after claims that she has not been the one in charge, tweeting etc. Brian Ochieng says Aoko is suffering because she stood up for the truth by pointing out promiscuity in public offices. She called out the president for sleeping with women. She called out the first lady for promoting promiscuity in State House. We must defend the freedom of speech. Mark Nyagweso says, Babowino, you are now our last hope on this Aoko saga. Where is she? Her ex account deactivated. Now, many are saying that maybe Aoko is pulling a publicity stunt. But the question is, at what cost? At what cost? If her account remains active, that is where she garners new supporters and her interactions continues to grow on her Twitter account. But now that she is missing, that her account has been suspended, or maybe let me say deactivated, that means there is nothing that she is gaining from it, only setting up unrest in the country. Now back to this deactivation thing. It was the same thing that happened to Boniface Mwangi's account. But Mwangi had made a message clear that, you know what, it's about time I disappear for some time. Now Aoko did not give us or warn us that she is disappearing. She just went missing. So Kenyans have a lot of questions that they want the government and the family of Maverick Aoko to answer. Aoko doesn't belong to anybody. She belongs to the Republic. She has proven beyond that. For now, make sure